everyone, welcome back to Boundless Learning and welcome to a new video. So in this video, we'll be starting with the topic of interconversion of states of matter, or as we call it, changes of states of matter. So before we begin this topic, I hope you have seen the previous video that I have uploaded on this topic. That was a short kind of a video, a concept overview. So before starting this video, kindly go and check out the video. I'll make sure to post the link in the description. So before starting this topic, we have to discuss, can matter really change its state? So the answer to this question is yes, definitely. Absolutely, matter can change state. Matter can change its state from one form to another. Like for example, we have three basic states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. So these three states of matter can change from one form to another, or there can be an interconversion among or between these states of matter. For example, solid state can change into liquid and liquid can further change into gas. Now, there could be reversible reaction also, or backward reaction also. For example, gases can also change into liquid and further liquid can also change into solid. So these conversion or this change of state of matter is particularly due to their intermolecular forces or intermolecular distance. अगर हम solid का example लें तो solid में the particles are very closely packed or very tightly bound to one another, and if we take the example of liquids, the molecules are further away, and in case of gases they are very far away from each other, and there is very little to no intermolecular force of attraction. Now, if we talk particularly about water, water can exist in three states of matter, which is solid, liquid, and gas. In solid, it can exist as ice. In liquid state, it can exist as water, and in gaseous state, it can exist as water vapor. So, if we heat the ice, the temperature increases. As the temperature increases, solid would change into liquid, and on further increasing the temperature, liquid would change into gaseous state. And if we reverse the reaction, or if we proceed in the backward reaction, if we cool the gases would change into liquid, and liquid would solidify into ice on cooling, or when we decrease the temperature. Now, changes in states of matter can be done in two ways. There could be two ways in which we could change the state of matter. The first one is by changing the pressure, and the second one is by changing the temperature. In this video, I'll be particularly dealing with the first factor, which is by changing pressure. So let's discuss the effect of pressure to change the state of matter. Before beginning, we have to discuss what exactly pressure is. So pressure is nothing but it is a kind of a physical force which is applied on an object. Additionally, if we apply force, like हमने ये डिस्कस किया कि प्रेशर होता क्या है, प्रेशर इज नथिंग बट फिजिकल फोर्स. अब ये फिजिकल फोर्स अप्लाई करके उसका इफेक्ट क्या हो सकता है जिस भी ऑब्जेक्ट पर हम फिजिकल फोर्स अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. सो द इफेक्ट ऑफ प्रेशर वुड बी that the particles of the matter would come close to each other when pressure is applied. So when pressure is applied on a gas, it changes into liquid as the particles come close to one another. जैसे जैसे हम किसी भी particle पर pressure apply करेंगे, for example, if we take the example of gas particles. So if pressure is applied on gases, it can change into liquids because the particles would come closer to one another. However, it is difficult to apply pressure and compress liquids or solids. We say कि हम gases पर pressure apply करके उसको liquid और solids में convert कर सकते हैं because gases are highly compressible. But if we talk about liquids or solids, they are not as compressible, and there are two reasons why we cannot apply pressure on liquids and solid. First reason is there are very little or less intermolecular spaces between the particles of solids and liquids. And the second reason is, since there is very little intermolecular space, अगर हम उस पर apply करेंगे भी pressure, even if we are applying pressure, the particles would not come closer, and so the state of the matter would not change. Now talking about the effect, what could be the effects of change of pressure? The effect of change of pressures could be seen in two cases: if we increase the pressure, or the second case, if we decrease the pressure. So in this GIF alongside, you can clearly see the effect of change of pressure. If we apply pressure on gas, it will first change into liquid, and on applying further pressure, it will change into solid. So gases, when applied pressure, would change into liquid, and when we apply further pressure on liquid, it will change or convert into solid. So first let's talk about increase in pressure. So whenever pressure is increased or pressure is applied on a gas, it converts into liquid. Here is a diagrammatic representation. We have taken a cylinder with a piston. So in the cylinder, we have some amount of gas, and we are applying pressure, or we are increasing pressure with the help of a piston. As we increase the pressure, the gases would change into liquid, and on applying further pressure, liquid would change into solid. If we put a gas in a test tube or a cylinder and compress it using a test tube compressor or a piston, it would change its state from gas to liquid. If we compress it even further, it will change into solid. This is what is depicted in this diagram. An example of this is LPG, which is liquefied petroleum gas. So let's say, for example, in a test tube, I have taken this petroleum gas, and I have a piston to apply pressure. As I apply pressure, or as I increase the pressure, this petroleum gas would change into liquid, which we call nothing but liquefied petroleum gas. और यही LPG हमारे घर में यूज होती है for cooking purposes. Moving on to decrease in pressure. Due to decrease in pressure, solids can change into gases. इसका बिल्कुल reverse process होगा. When gases could be changed into solid on increasing temperature, solids can be changed into gas on decreasing temperature. So on the left hand side of the picture, you can see dry ice, which is solid carbon dioxide, and here you can see that the dry ice is melting due to decrease in temperature and pressure. So this is solid carbon dioxide, which is also known as dry ice. It gets converted into gaseous carbon dioxide at room temperature. ये room temperature पर आकर melt क्यों होने लगती है, या फिर solid से gas में क्यों change होने लगती है? Because room temperature पर the pressure decreases to 1 atmospheric pressure. Now let's quickly discuss what 1 atmospheric is. 1 atmosphere is nothing but a unit of pressure. तो हम ये ले लेते हैं at sea level, the temperature of the or the pressure of the atmosphere is 1 atm or 1 atmosphere, and 1 atmosphere is equal to 10 to the power minus 5 Pascal. Atmosphere and Pascal are nothing but units of measuring pressure. So this was all about today's video. The effect of pressure on change of matter is not as difficult topic, but it is also very important. In the next video, I'll be discussing change of state of matter by changing temperature. So till then, stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.